Hey everyone, it's Draftful Dodger Podcast. You're listening to the third episode of the second season. And as usual, it's me, Vova Zeeon, your host and here, stand-up comedian from Ukraine who tries to make it in Toronto. I remind you that on this podcast, I'm trying to talk about stand-up comedy in general, industry in Canada of stand-up comedy, and not only stand-up comedy. So please support my podcast. If you want to do that, you can just follow link in bio and buy me a coffee, or for sure follow me on my social media and listen to my podcast on the different platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and as well YouTube. Yes, and today we're going to talk a little bit more about the education in comedy, how to get it, how to be more or less authentic, how to challenge yourself when you're going out on the stage. And all about that will tell me my friend Eddie Tani. Please warmly welcome him. Nice to see you, Eddie. Thanks for coming to my podcast. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Okay. So the first question that I would like to start to chat with you about, I guess, you are one of the person that I know, and you actually had an education for comedy. Yeah, you've been a student of Humber College.
Yeah.
So can you tell me a little bit more about it? How did you actually came to it? How did you actually come to it when you started to study comedy?
Oh yeah, it's Hollywood interview. Now, if I'm going to a casting, I would say I really love comedy, so I'm gonna spend a lot of money on the comedy course. Yeah, I just want to make people laugh. I just want to share more joy in the world, and then people will cry and they'll sign me up. But no, I'm just trying to come here to Canada and find something, because they offer us Hong Kong people to have if we finished a diploma in 2 years, and they offer us a permanent residency, right? Mm-hmm. It's well spent 2 years, right? So I'm thinking, okay, what should I do that will make me feel happy? I'm going to the class because I'm old. This is my second time going to the college. If I want to do something, I want to do something that's really easy and fun. And then, luckily I find out in Toronto here, there's a college offering comedy program for 2 years that meet the requirement. Now I got a comedy diploma and maybe a permanent residency. One bird, two stones. Come on.
Yeah, that's nice. But in general, how did you decide actually to stick to comedy? I know that we are joking around right now. Yeah, but in general, how you've been introduced to comedy? Have you done it before, in Hong Kong? Or
this was back to my Hong Kong time. Is a decade ago, and then around 30, then I'll already have too much time. So I'm thinking, okay, what else should I challenge myself? Because I was a very quiet guy, and then I have an office job and write every day, and then I barely speak the whole day. Maybe I talk to myself a lot, but going up on stage, I was very scared. So I make a challenge to myself, and I gotta get up to the stage, and then, okay, what's the hardest? Okay. And then I think maybe comedy in my second language, that I still have a very thick accent. And then I went up, it bombed. And then the first time everybody will give you first time comedy virgin. And then the second time I went there, and then the owner of that club just yelled at me, "Hey, why are you here? If you haven't prepared, why are you coming up on stage?" And that moment, I was like, oh shit, I'll never do comedy again. But after 3 months, I don't know, I feel the challenge. When somebody tell you, you're not good at this, you suck, you should never do this. And then my rebel heart will say, okay, I'm gonna prove this guy wrong. And I'll just go back up, and then, it's not how hard you hit, it's how hard you get hit, and keep moving forward, right? And I don't know. I'm a rebel. I like to have challenge, and I just like to prove people wrong. And after a decade, I don't know why, but my second language, broken comedy, get me maybe a permanent residency here too. And now I'm doing comedy, make people laugh. Okay, not too bad, I think.
That's true. What was interesting about it when you first came to your first class, or just the first year of studying comedy in general? What did you notice?
Oh wow! Because before I came to the comedy class, I already had 10 years or 8 years of experience. So now I already have that experience, so I can see the pattern. Now I have the experience, and then the instructors show me, okay, you can do it this way, or you can do it that way. And that moment I was, I was doing it wrong for 10 years, and I didn't know. Actually, it's so subtle, like the first line that you're gonna say, or the way you walk up on stage. Yeah, you're gonna catch all the attention, and then you hold all the attention. How to put your gaze, right? Because I'm a very introvert guy.
Yeah,
I'm a nerd. Maybe you are too. I can feel it.
A little bit, it's a mixture.
Yeah, but come on. I know. But how to share your gaze with the audience, how to make eye contact, how to invite them to look at you. Even though I feel a little bit overwhelmed, I check my pulse on my Apple Watch. Every time I go on the stage, okay, what's the heart rate? And luckily, I'm getting more and more relaxed. The heartbeat going slower and slower, because now I'm getting equipped by the college. I know I can handle this. I can make them happy, manage the expectation, and it's so subtle. It's actually the gaze, and then let them. I think it's give the time to the audience to actually sniff you. If I use an analogy of animal, right? I saw, because I'm running an open mic, and I see a lot of new comic, and then they're the first few times they come out, they're very nervous, and then they just keep talking. They keep talking and they keep talking, and then the audience don't have a space to actually feel you. Yeah, so there's a lot of subtlety that I learned from the class, that actually I'm using it, but it's so subtle. If you don't know comedy, you would know. Yeah.
So yeah, it's like the breath as well. You're just following the rhythm and leaving some room for people to have their own time or activity for creating an impression of your performance. Yeah. So but you mentioned that you're lowering the pulse. I know that it's the common thing for comedians who are just beginning their way to do comedy. And do you do the certain exercise or whatever, or just affirmation that helps you to do it?
Actually, before the class, I already self-taught myself a lot of the comedy stuff. I'm a nerd. I read a lot of stuff about how to use your voice too. I breathe using my diaphragm. So now my voice, my tone is actually deeper. I don't know if you can feel it. It's more mesmerizing. If you put your voice up here, it feels very congested. I don't know, it's just constricted. But some people talk like this. But I'm not. I'm more like Batman.
Yeah, and it brings a little bit of breath in there as well. It's I'm a music teacher and I'm teaching singing, so I can understand what you're talking about. So when you're talking in a high position like this, because your larynx is too high, and that actually causes the muscle straining.
Yeah.
But when you're relaxed, when everything is just loose in here, you're feeling much more comfortable, and you can just easily manipulate with your voice. Okay. That's an interesting point.
Yeah, because the communication, I always say to the other fellow comic, my classmate is communication 93% is subconscious. 93%. 7% is the word. Mm-hmm. So they're gonna trust you. They're gonna feel friendly to you. They're gonna welcome you. And then there's a lot of work before the words. Yeah, but also my limitation, because I got a very heavy, thick accent. Come on, I improved a lot, but I'm still a lot of room to improve. And so I have my limitation. So the other aspects, I need to do much better than my fellow comics. And then just to compensate that, I speak slower. And I practice like the rhythm. I listened. I try to switch off the subtitle when I listen to podcasts, and then everything adds up at every effort. But it's behind the curtain. Nobody knows I was working that. Yeah. Do you do that too? I mean, I can hear like your accent is like a little bit different from your fellow Ukrainians.
Yeah, because like sometimes it's about the pronunciation, and again, the phonetical stuff that is behind it.
Yeah, you got the music, music talent to know the difference. It's key. It's music.
No, I mean like for example, Eastern European accents, they are actually all concentrated like in front of speaking. Yeah, so if I would actually try to speak like with Ukrainian accent, I would do it like this because everything is in front.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to do that because like I've been listening like a lot of auditions and understanding, like how should I speak, how should I pronounce it properly.
Yeah.
But again, that's an interesting question that leads me to another one. How do you think is your accent for your comedy is a bug or it's a feature?
It's kind of both. It's a feature because people will kind of find it strange, and then they will lean into it more if they like me, and because I'm very likable, so they like me, and then they will find it special if they like you, and you're different, you're special. If they don't like you, and you're different. Oh, you're a piece of shit.
That's true.
I don't listen. This guy paid no effort. But everything, it depends. Really depends. Like the accent thing, I find out my Cantonese accent is different from the English. When I speak English, every word is kind of like. They have stopped the flowing. Like English is a flowing language. You're gonna say it in one breath, one sentence in one breath, and then you have the emphasize, and then some words you're gonna make it lighter. But for the Cantonese, every word is the same. It is. If I speak with my accent, it will be like that. Mm-hmm. But you're gonna be lighten it. It's like I'm trying to be a poet. I will. Sometimes when I have time, I'll read out poetry at home to practice my speaking. I think poetry is how do you unify one thought in one sentence in one breath. I think that's English, right? I don't know. I'm not an expert.
Yeah, it's all about the intonation as well. Because like if you're creating the wrong intonation, what I've noticed, sometimes the joke can like literally bomb. Yeah, it wouldn't land anywhere. But like it's also the interesting thing about the English language. As soon as you are developing the rhythmical pattern right, it lands completely different.
Yeah.
If you are not doing that, you're gonna bomb.
93%, and it's music. It's like playing music. It's like you got a rhythm. Like everything has a rhythm. Yeah. Every room has a different rhythm too. You're gonna feel it too. It's like when you are dating with a girl, and then the girl says, "Oh, it don't feel right," and it does feel right. And there's the big difference between heaven and hell. Just the feeling. Jesus, so subtle.
Yeah, but. What do you think like actually helps you in your own accent to like create it? Yeah, you told me just about how likable you are, but yeah, that's also gives a little bit of charm, in there when you're just going out and you're trying to speak like with an accent. People are already that's some exotic guy. He will just like bring us laughter or whatever. Yeah, but what I'm trying to say in here, do you feel that like your English language knowledge combined with like studying it helped you a lot on your way, on your stand-up comedy way?
Studying is always helpful because like on everything there's like behind the thing that you see, like the joke land, but back there, like behind the curtain, actually what is that? If you're a genius, you actually know everything. You don't need to put effort to understand the formula. Actually, I'm such a nerd. I read a book about like the joke theory, like how to make up a joke, how to calculate the timing, to wait for the punchline. Do you know how why people laugh? Like, I know why people laugh.
Yeah.
Do you know why people laugh? Why people laugh?
There are different reactions and different versions about it. It's first of all when you're breaking the expectation for people, like when you're just misleading them. They can laugh from their own anxiety. In my experience, what I've noticed, sometimes it was the recognizing. Mostly when you're just doing the joke on some topic that no one did it before, but you said it out loud and they are recognizing that shit that you've been talking about, they are just like blasting out loud, laughing. Yeah.
Okay, I go more nerdy.
Okay.
It's just the audience want to know that but they're smart. Like we human beings, we want to know that we are smart, right? If you say something smart and they get it, it's like a riddle. And then they get it and it show them they are smart too. You are smart, the comedian is smart, and you as an audience, because you understand and you're smart too. So actually it's how complex the riddle. It cannot be like a physics, like a E equals MC squared, that kind of riddle.
It's not a formula.
But like a wordplay kind of riddle. If the riddle is more complex, you're gonna give them more time to understand it, and that's the pause to give up the attention and give them the processing time. I'm that nerdy.
That's nice. I mean, I've never been looking about it on it from that point of view, but it actually makes sense. Like sometimes you were doing it unconsciously when you're trying to make people understand, trying to make audience understand what do they need to hear and what do they need to like get from your joke, right? So in that case, how would you describe like your own style? You talked about like the more intellectual stuff and you calling yourself a nerd. But like when we talked to Darren at the last episode, he told me that he's more now into existential comedy.
Yeah.
What about your style? How would you describe it?
I think like okay, I read a lot of books. I'm gonna say it again. I'll give you a little background. I was a copywriter at a movie company. I have like because I'm writing taglines, right? It's just one line, but I have 8 hours. And what do? I read. Like I write for maybe 30 minutes, and then I read 7 hours. Believe it or not, I read 5 hours a day during that time, and I worked that job for fucking 40 years. And how many books I've read? Okay, the other book that I read is like about acting. It's about like how that book specifically teaching how the actors or actors go casting and how to portray the role that they're gonna get cast. And then one of the point I think I always remember is very impressive. Like you always play the opposite. Like if you see me like a very quiet guy, and I'm yelling on stage, then that's funny, right? That's the opposite. It's like breaking the expectation. So I don't have a form like Bruce Lee. I'm always changing. Like sometimes I speak slow, sometimes I speak really fast, sometimes I speak quiet, but sometimes I'm mute. Have you seen me like yelling out loud on stage?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I do that. But you cannot ignore
the show, actually.
Yeah, I mean, So I won't have, but like I'll give you some of my references, like because I have no idea. The worst, the worst. I don't have an advantage that like some comics they have like a funny family, and then they have a very loving environment. I don't know. I don't know I don't know the language. I didn't know that what's the sense of humor. So I have to understand everything. So I watch a lot. Everything that I'm curious. I was curious. I'm still curious. So I watch all kind of comics. I have a list. Like I have like 100 comics, and then every one I'll watch 3 of their specials. And then like some of the tops are like George Carlin or Sam Kinison or Bill Hicks, and then like I'll mix and match. I've good actors copy.
Yeah.
Great actors steal.
Yeah.
I also steal it from Steve Jobs, which Steve Jobs stole it from anyone. Like no anyone. It's like Picasso. And Picasso, I thought he steal from somebody else. He stole from somebody else too. Mm-hmm. It's just art is like that. We steal from each other. We kind of like put every part and make it work for you. And then he's always absorbing new topics, new ways of speaking, new ways of doing comedy, new way of trading. Yes. Every day is a discovery. So I don't have a form.
No, that's actually right. And I mean, like it gets its point because I remember in Ukraine we used to have the satiricist who started like in the Soviet Union time, and he was one of the like best writers, I suppose, because like he was not a stand-up comedian at all. Yeah, like he was not going out on the stage without the text that he has written. He was going out just with the papers, reading out loud his monologues. He was doing the monologues. Sometimes it was like the dialogue with himself, but like in the monologue form. And he once said that the really, really inaccurate quoting is already an original thought. The inaccurate quoting, it's an original thought.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yes.
So it's not like stealing. Basically, when you're just like...
you're rephrasing.
Yeah, sometimes that even can work, you know? Like, I literally seen a lot of comedians going and doing one joke. Really, like, but they are not changing the structure. The only thing that they were changing is like the name of the animal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
But they were just like doing the same joke, the same setup, the same punchline, everything. And it's not original because like you can see the structure and you can definitely notice, okay, that joke was stolen. But if you are going with completely different angle of your thought on that thing, and you're rewriting the joke that the punchline is completely different, but the premise can be like the same.
Oh, yes, that's the advantage of like being more civilized. I mean, if you know a lot of things, it's so much easier to build more new things, right?
Yeah.
Because like it's knowledge. Somehow this knowledge, these ideas is like one thing building on top of each other. So we just keep building it up until like somebody someday, maybe 50 years later, they quote us too. But it'll change the words. But somehow it's better than like being a complete original. Have you seen the really original show that they say they are really being original? No, it sucks because why? Because the human nature doesn't work like this. It works for a reason, somehow. Like civilization, like call me conservative, but we always have the same thoughts, same ideas. Like a history always repeat because we never learn, right? The one thing that we learn from history is we never learn, right? Yeah. And then it will repeat again, and then we forget. Like one thing that really interests me is like when I watch the World Cup, right? Or I see all those soccer players beat all around. I don't know if you watch the game.
No, I'm not a soccer fan.
Okay, but like I'm telling you, like on screen, they always like whenever they had a bad kick on the free kick, and then they'll. But come on, we just survived from a pandemic 4 years ago.
Yeah,
nobody remembers shit. I was like, fuck. No.
They are spitting. Yeah, like that's the common thing. I mean, because they are just learning the pattern. The same shit that I've been experiencing. I worked as a journalist as well. I've been a radio host, and I hated the guys who were reporters. You know why? Because everybody of them, like every fucking reporter would have exactly the same intonation of the voice. They were doing it. It's like the news host would do the same. And now we're talking about the weather, and here is in our studio, blah blah blah. The same, absolutely same shit. No originality.
But, that happens for a reason. People need that authority to tell them bad news.
Yeah.
Because come on, every news is bad news.
But but we're not talking about like news in general, but about like
anchor, right?
Yes,
anchoring,
copy pasting. Yeah, like the anchoring is good because like you have something that you can push away from, right?
Yeah.
So that's why it's like the base, like the foundation that we're using just to create a certain character or just to use it for our job.
We have like 8 roles and always have this comedy. Like I cannot remember everybody, but like every one of them is like, one of them is a lover, one of them is like a fool, and then some is like a lovable loser, or so all the
personalities,
all the personalities, actually like 8 main archetypes, and then it's tribal. It's actually tribal that when you see somebody on stage too, or as a comic, I always tell other comics, hey, you're gonna have some character, like people will recognize you in the first sentence. But like when you go up, then it will easily adjust to you as your type. Yeah, people are like that. It's easier for them to understand, just to understand you.
Yeah, it's like the common thing when you're just writing some kind of a script or whatever it can be, because like you just need to have the nice equity of that. You're taking one element, another element, just putting them together, and here you got and here you go with the third one. So basically, it's an easy way. But if we're not talking about the like using those formulas, like that are common in our community, what would you highlight in your performance, in your comedy, that actually makes you more original for yourself, first of all?
I don't know. It's I remember like Bill Burr quote Louis C.K. I don't think maybe Louis C.K. quotes somebody else, but like every month you just need to have maybe 3 minutes, and then you have 3 new minutes, and then like in a year, 12 months, and then you have like 45 minutes, you have a special. And like, so just mathematics for me. I was like filling the quotas. I don't know, that week I tried to pump out 3 minutes, and then that 3 minutes, maybe 1/3 of it will work, and I've saved up that 30 seconds, and so maybe in the end I got 2 minutes solid. Just keep trying new stuff. I don't know what, but like, I don't know if you actually see my show, but I have promised to myself never do a show the same twice. Never ever. Like, even though 90% of the set is the same, but I'll still add 10% of something new that I don't know if it works or not. Even though if the graduation show at the Humber College, at that time, the instructor said, hey, you're gonna stick to that 3 minutes, 4 minutes. And I will very courageously sneak one new joke into it just to make it scary to me. No, so I don't care.
That's I guess one of the main points of comedy, like taking a risk. Like everybody's talking about that. If you're not risking, it's just joke telling. But what I meant, I guess, like I didn't ask you this question in the right way. What I'm trying to say, as I've seen your performance on stage, like in your material, yeah, you told me that like you're trying to add a little bit of different material to challenge yourself. But every time I see you at the stage, you're doing really intellectual and really satirical stuff. Because like comparing to the other topics that I can hear sometimes, some people are going more into the personal things. Some are talking about sex.
Thanks for bringing it up.
Yes.
Yeah, you're smart. You see the difference. You taste the difference. Yeah, I really want to engage the audience to make them care because I'm from a different culture, right? So the audience and me, and then we have like a language barrier, the cultural barrier. How can I bridge it? I'm thinking maybe I'm too self-important to think that I'm Shakespeare, but come on, Shakespeare, he got the play and then it was still running now for maybe 400, 500 years. And why? Because stick to the human nature. You cut it really deep down.
That's right, but even Shakespeare, he's stolen a lot of
of course. We collect. No, they collect. Like, one thing that I actually this 1 or 2 years that actually dawned on me, like I stopped reading all those like sociology book and then start reading more fiction. Because those fiction, those maybe Game of Thrones, or maybe the TV shows like The Wire. I don't know if you've heard about it. It's the most respectable shows in history, in the TV history, and actually. The writer, I read the book about the writer, and it's based on true story, but they hide all the names.
Yeah.
But like the fiction is actually more real.
You mean
they're collecting stuff.
You mean the story about Lancasters and Yorks, right?
Yeah, Game of Thrones. Yes, the red rose, white rose, right?
Yeah.
There's dragon actually.
That's true.
They changed the name and then, so they have the creativity, but you're gonna base it on some facts. It's not totally made up. And that's what make it believable. Yeah, so my the thing, okay. My secret, I'm telling you my secret, okay?
Yeah.
One of my idol is like Charles Bukowski. So Charles Bukowski.
I'm familiar.
I will watch his YouTube clip and then say, when you write, the words is gonna be bim bim bim, bim bim bim. When you write your words, you gotta be bim bim bim. Yeah, you're gonna have juice. You're gonna cut the facts. You're gonna have an emotional impact. It's not now. I'm not saying everybody, but like they're talking like me.
Yeah.
Me. Yeah, it's tiring.
No, I mean that's also the interesting thing because. Like people when they are talking and like you hear every single advice from older comedians like make it more personal. Yeah, because like if you are making it personal, then it seems like more relatable to people. But sometimes it seems like people don't understand that personal means like not your experience in general. Yeah, like okay, I had this case in my life. No, but your own feeling. What have you felt during that? And sometimes the case, it just doesn't matter. But like you're feeling like, I'm feeling like shit because of that. And people already, oh yeah, definitely he was feeling like shit. And I've been feeling like shit in the same situation. Yeah, so when you're doing your stuff, like how you coming up with that? Is it coming from somewhere in your soul? I mean, like in your mind, you're just, I understand like how sometimes jokes are coming to our head. Yeah, we are just, for me, it's just taking a shower. But like for other people, I don't know like how you actually coming up with the idea.
Oh, yeah, it's just looking around the world. Like one of my bits about the bus driver, like a TTC, they have like a sign, like every day they got one TTC employee got beat up, like all those little things, you saved it up, and then you try to find some shared experience. Actually, like what you said, like all the other comics, they're trying to actually share themselves, so they let the audience, by seeing you, see them. Actually, it's always about the audience. So I think audience first. Like if they don't know me, okay, I'm nobody. I'm not gonna be famous. Come on, I know I'm old. Yeah, I have thick accent. Nobody's gonna listen. But at that night, I have 5 minutes. How do I make them feel a little bit better before they see me? Like after they see me, they feel better. Then like you just have a little bit of 5 minutes impact. I wanna make them feel more relieved.
Yeah,
and I'll say the things that they know, but they didn't notice. And I want to find that out. I want to find out. Like now, everybody's talking about the World Cup, so I'm talking about the World Cup, but in a different angle. Yeah, I'm talking about how expensive the seat, like $10,000. They're all international drug dealers. If you go to see a show, spectators, $10,000 for 90 minutes. Look at that ball rolling around. Come on, how easy your money? How easy you earn your money? Like this. Like people will maybe they didn't know, but now they see. Okay, I see your point. Now I tried to do that, but maybe it's not that funny. You're not laughing, so.
Yeah, no, I mean it's funny, but again, like sometimes the thing that I also hear a lot, like don't tell the truth from a stage, yeah, because like truth is not funny. But actually, if you're just serving the truth right, with all of the absurdity that it has, it becomes funny and much more funnier than a joke that you will write.
Yeah, I think it's different philosophy. Like for me, life. The older I get, I think life is stranger than fiction. And then I'm never, like in maybe a decade ago, I wouldn't imagine that I'm here in Canada talking to you. I could never imagine. Just like when Julius Caesar, like he was the emperor of the world, right? It was in Rome. And you would never imagine there's an aeroplane flying. Maybe 2,000 years later, actually you can fly from Rome to Japan in 12 hours. You could never imagine that. You know, it's so strange. Just try not to be funny. Be something else. If you want to be funny, for me, it's that. It's just stop there. Everybody can be funny. Come on, in 5 minutes. For me, like if I'm just want to be funny, I'm a hack. Because I'm just satisfying the audience.
Yeah.
I want to bring the audience the things that they don't expect. They remember maybe, okay, 5 months later, when they went on they get on the bus, they see the sign. I hope they'll think about my joke. That's my goal, even though they don't. But at least I tried. And then it just gives me more motivation to keep doing it. Hey, come on, no money. Well, nobody's ever paying me money. What's the point of doing this if I'm not happy, right? You said, if you don't like this podcast, what's the point of doing it, right?
Yeah.
You gotta give yourself a point.
That's true. Because like if you don't actually like what you're doing on the stage, or just in here, as we're doing it in my den. It makes no sense.
I get you. Your comedy caught my eye. Like I think you're very daring. I mean, sometimes you do experiment just to do experiment. I saw it. Maybe sometimes it's not the result that you expected. Yeah, but at least you dared. I appreciate the courage. For me, I mean, wow, this guy is bold.
Yeah, bold. Literally.
I'm sorry, my accent.
No, it's okay, man. Literally. But yeah, that's what I actually got from Bill Hicks. You mentioned him like in your list, and like I've read 2 of his biographies. One biography was written by Cynthia Through. It's called American Scream, and another one is. I Love Beautiful People, I guess, but it's not a biography. It's actually like the whole transcription of his performances, like of his sets. And when I've been reading that, I understood that he has no compromise with the audience at all. Like he's not trying to be likable for the audience. He goes in there, he tries to do whatever he thinks is funny. Yeah. And that actually works. People are like, wow, what's going on? Same thing with Carlin. Yeah, like he did it in the beginning of his career, like Hicks as well. But then with time, he understood that he needs to transform. He needs to move further.
Yeah, but for us, because we are not famous yet,
but
maybe we should be more likable and then we be famous and then you do whatever you want.
So.
And we're different. We're just doing it. We want to do it and we'll never get famous.
I don't think so, because like as soon as you're not serving like the people's expectation, you're not giving them what they want from you. Mm-hmm. They are remembering you.
Yeah,
that's what I've noticed. And it's really interesting topic to chat about. But like I want to go on with the whole thing. We've mentioned like a lot of comics that you've been watching. Yeah, like if you're saying like 100 comedians who you watch like 3 specials of each. But
I stopped at around 25.
Okay,
but I still do it. Like I still like watch every day a little bit of comedy.
Yeah. I mean, that's how you can write it in your memoirs. After all.
I think it's subconscious. Like I kind of subconsciously turn on that switch. Yeah, and it's just different culture. It's a North American culture, and then like who am I? Like Hong Kong, who the fuck knows?
Yeah, but I mean, like again, the topics that you're taking for your jokes or the jokes that you are doing, they are making people question themselves as well. So it's like putting a mirror in front of them, and they are like, "Oh, am I?"
Like jester. There was in every king, beside every king or queen, they have a jester. So you know that maybe someday you don't need to take yourself too serious. I mean, just forget a little bit about something for some time. Yeah. But in the end, you want to learn more about yourself, like put a mirror. Mm-hmm. But in a way that's more easier to digest, because like if I go confront you that, oh, you're doing bad. Mm-hmm. You better this, you better that. They'll kill you.
Yeah. No, I love those people. Usually when they are coming like sometimes into the comment section, I do like sometimes I'm putting out the reel. If it was funny for me and I actually love the performance, I put out this short reel. And I sometimes see the comments that people are leaving under the video, and one was like, "Oh, that's horrible." And I said, exactly.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to act because like you're not feeding them, you know.
I think it's like mix and match.
Yes.
Like you reel them in, you give them a punch. Mm. Like you make them like you, and then you spit at them. No, I'm kidding, but this is the game, right?
Yeah.
This the game. It's just keep being interesting. Like I think being interesting for me is more important than being funny. Yeah. Are you like, for me, I think if you really talk to me, I can give you some perspective. Like we never have a really deep chat before.
Yeah.
So like today I've kind of surprised you, right?
No, I mean like we've talked about like a lot of stuff, but it was so short that we didn't have a chance to have the longer conversations.
Yeah, we were all in our heads. Yeah, not your fault.
Yeah, that's true.
Me too. Yeah, I in my head all lot of time too. Yeah.
Okay. What I wanted to ask, and we were just constantly not following the line, but yeah.
Sorry, I'm
It's okay. Like it's
jumpy.
Really interesting topic, but like we were jumping and getting back to this one. Probably we will get back again, but I wanted to ask you, for example, like does Hong Kong? I know that you've been traveling like not too far, not too long ago.
3 years.
Yeah,
3 years now.
Yeah. So, like, what do you think of comedy in there? Have you like a chance to do your stand-up set?
A little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe to speak freely. And what's the point if it's no money and there's a lot of effort? Because comedy, come on, has a lot of effort. You're gonna write, you're gonna recite the jokes, and you feel like if you have a show at night and then you start feeling anxiety the night before, so you're 24 hours torturing yourself. Yeah. And then if I say something that I cannot speak freely, then I think the analogy I tell like my fellow friends in Hong Kong is like, why do you want to do politics in North Korea? What? If you're not in the circle, you're not in the circle. You're wasting your time.
Oh, yeah.
I tell myself, like, don't do that. You're making yourself very vulnerable if you in a not so kind of place that encourage free speech. Mm-hmm. But I'm very thankful, like still, because the more repressed that I got, the more angry kind of inside. And then the fire that I spit out when I need to speak up in a free place. Wow, I mean, it's a release. I mean, back there I couldn't even breathe. I wanted to yell at the balcony. And here, I yell. Nobody cares.
Yeah,
they think you're high. They just put on their earphones.
Yeah, or stoned or whatever.
Yeah. Try that at the station. Nobody will care.
Yeah, I know, but like they are really not caring about that.
Like, yeah, I mean, like for a certain degree, they wouldn't care. I mean, that's good. I mean, there's a soil for you to. I mean, chasing something so vague, like. Comedy, I put a lot of effort to, and then you gotta fail a lot. When you do a new joke, 90% of it won't work, and you gotta slowly build it up, and then you're gonna make a lot of experiments. You don't know what is coming up next, and you don't know what things you say will get you into trouble. Like, did you like perform in Ukraine? Back then, and you had that fear, like about your family.
No, I understand completely what are you talking about, because like it was so related to the whole space in Russia as well. Russia is our neighbor, and we heard a lot when like a lot of comedians were actually arrested for their point of view. Yeah, they were just like, some of them immigrated, like a lot of Russian comedians as well. They moved away. And they are just in Europe now, living and just trying to do their own comedy. Yeah. But what I'm trying to say, like, is what I'm trying to ask is stand-up getting bigger now in Hong Kong or not?
I wish them luck. The bigger you get, the more dangerous you get. You never know, like when even though back then in the during the cancel culture, like they will find your old tweet. And they'll cancel you. And then, but here they won't put you in jail. There, they will. Yeah. I mean, like, but I'm still very thankful that doing that relatively more freedom period of time that I tried stand-up comedy, and then I pushed myself out, and I self-taught myself doing this, but. At the very least, they give me a platform to do the experiment. Yeah, at one point they said, "Hey, you have no future in English stand-up comedy." I said, "Oh, okay, thank you." Yeah, thanks for the chance. Then I stopped doing English stand-up comedy. I did for 2 years. Yeah, I told you about at the very start, I get yelled at stage by the owner. And after 2 years, he told me, "Hey, you have no future in English stand-up comedy." And I said, "Thank you. Yeah, I'm a man. I won't cry, right? And I won't.
Then we'll do it again.
I'll do it again. And maybe after 2 months, I really did it again after 2 months, just to prove it wrong. And I keep doing this now. Even though I hate it. I hate it. Why? Why so much fuss?
But again, I mean, like, sometimes like there's a lot of what I didn't like in the industry in here. Sometimes you can meet some pricks who will actually tell you that, okay, you're not funny. You shouldn't do stand-up comedy at all. But like, who actually makes like the criteria, for being funny or not being funny? Who decides? Are you funny or not funny? Like the club owner? Probably at one point, but as soon as you are just like mastering your skill and you're getting bigger and you're getting sharper, like who, like, you will listen to him and he will say, yeah, he's still a shit.
I mean, like, if you're really in your you have a bold character, nobody can stop you doing anything. You find life will always find a way, and they just give you the obstacle for you to overcome. I think that's good somehow. Just don't get too bored. People have their own problem. They just put their projection on you. Maybe they had a bad day that day, and they just want to express their anger to somebody else that seems weaker. That's human nature. Just release the frustration. We have a lot of frustration, and I give it in a more compassionate point of view to other people now, because I get older. So just get quiet, just do your own stuff. People will forget. Luckily, we're a very forgettable creature. We don't remember after 2 weeks about anything. Yeah, so whatever's like, I will always like give myself a permission to fail, because I think, okay, tomorrow, even though if I bomb tonight, tomorrow, nobody will remember. Yeah, tomorrow morning, they just care about their own shit, their own problems.
Yeah,
they already have too much on their plate. So actually, it doesn't matter. But it's still, if you bomb, you still feel like, but yeah, it doesn't matter. After 2 weeks, after 2 days, you already forget. Yeah, so it doesn't really matter. Come on, why so serious? Yeah.
What I've noticed, like meeting different people in here, like we know that Toronto is pretty multicultural city, and Canada is multicultural country. So what I've really noticed, like immigrant comedians are usually bringing in like a little bit of their own culture and their own perception of humor. What are they doing?
Yeah.
How would you like describe the Hong Kong comedy in general, like not stand-up, but like what is it for you? What was funny for you?
Okay, for me, because I trained Wing Chun, is one of the arts.
Yeah.
Like Bruce Lee learned it, and Bruce Lee learned it from Yip Man, and then I learned it like along the line that I learned that martial art, like Wing Chun, and then it teach me how to relax and how to focus. Like, I think my kind of comedy, even though I sometimes feel angry, I would just have that zen. Do you feel it? No? Yeah,
I wouldn't say, like, I think you are getting more focused on the stage, but I've been asking like the certain cultural thing, not about like the martial art, but like in general, how big is like the sense of humor in Hong Kong? What that would
no sense of humor.
That's interesting. Okay,
everything is money. Like if I come to your apartment, the first question that I'm gonna ask you, what's the rent here? No, like, but here I know this should never be asked. Like as a respectable person, but like they just go to go. How much you earn actually? Like it's the first question they ask you as a fellow. Yeah, there's no sense of humor at all. No social skills.
I see.
Yeah,
I see.
It's hard, right? It's hard truth. Right?
Yeah, like
very direct.
Yes, but even if getting rid of that, like when you're like meeting with the close friends, what do you like joking usually about? What are you like any comedy shows that you had and were popular, or something like comedy literature? I mean, whatever comes to your mind.
Oh yeah, it's like a Stephen Chow, right? Stephen Chow is like have you heard of it? It's a movie star.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah. We back then we did have a movie industry, and there were a lot of comedy movie. Yeah, we did have like 1 or 2 big star of stand-up comedy too, but they don't speak in English, so even though I mentioned you never know. It's like I don't speak Ukrainian, so if you mention the Ukrainian, your president is actually a comedy actor, right?
Yeah, he did like sketch comedy a long time before.
Yeah,
and then
I think comedy people, I'm not bragging, but they're smarter. But somehow
you need to be, if you want to make people like laugh, you need to understand people.
And endurance. Like there are a lot of rejection. Like people will not laugh at your joke, and if you're a comedy actor, they will like cast you. You go to a lot of casting until you get a role. So you gotta have the endurance. That you gotta have like emotional intelligence. I don't know, maybe doing a wordplay, intelligence too. Yeah, I'm not bragging again, but I'm smart. But I try not to show that. I try smart enough to play a fool. I think it's like Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean, and then like actually he's graduated from Oxford, right? Oxford or Cambridge is those prestige university, and then they don't mind being a fool. Like only the fool that afraid to be a fool. I don't know.
Yeah, I get your point, but again, like if we are trying to talk about the cultural aspect, I don't know much about Hong Kong culture. As you said, like only stereotypes, but as well, like what I found funny, even trying to learn like a little bit more of, correct me if I'm not right, like Jackie Chan movies. Like, for example, Drunk Master.
Okay.
It's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And like in general, so I wouldn't say that there would be no stuff at all that you're not doing. Like the cultural aspect is so wide that you can just find it like everywhere. But maybe, I don't know, maybe you haven't met it, or did you meet it but forgot about it?
I don't know. Like different culture. Like Hong Kong is a place that used to be having like a different kind of culture. We admire a lot of Japanese culture.
Yeah.
Like if you watch some Japanese show on Netflix or Amazon Prime, they have the specific kind of like style of comedy. Yeah. And then Hong Kong is kind of everything. We watch a lot of the US, the UK, the Japan with the old ancient. I mean, even though the language we borrowed a lot from the English word because it used to be a British colony. So
and the symbols, hieroglyphic writing. It was the same like back in the days. I know that, for example, Chinese. I don't remember which one. Hieroglyphs were similar to Japanese ones.
Oh yeah, because like back then, like the Japan learned from the Chinese, like Tang Dynasty, but it was very back then, like middle age period, and then we just like the Buddha. We have a Buddhism, but we borrowed from India. Yeah. So it's like the Pan India, European, China culture. It's a very broad. The Persian too. So if you want to go back then, we need to talk like about 24 hours to speak from like back then, like 2,000, 5,000 years ago. But like in general, like if it's for me, like how it shaped me as a comedian is that kind of like be water, right?
Yeah.
You have no form. Be water, like Bruce Lee said. Like I practice that every day. Trading. I'm a fighter at the trading battlefield. Yeah, it's life or death. It's always life. You feel like it's life or death. The next word that you say is gonna kill or it's gonna bomb. But you're gonna flow like water. You're gonna match with the audience. What's their mood? Don't have a preconceived notion about what that show is gonna be. Like what line I should say. Like I used to be bartending at the back room, and then I would take a sneak peek at the audience that night, and then like I serve them drinks, right? But after that, when I go up on stage, I already observe them, like what kind of audience that night. Young, like older, conservative, liberal. I change my set according to that feeling. Be water. Don't have that idea that I gotta do this tonight to hinder you to just do that set. Yeah, it's always something. But because of my language barrier, I'm still too scared to do the crowd work because maybe the next time I say I'm not funny. But at least I feel that, and I change myself. I always change myself. I'm like, how to say it? It's like you change your shape. It's like a ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, basically, you're shaping up your comedy according to the room that you're performing.
Yeah. You speak differently in front of different crowds. Like in front of different friends, you speak differently too. So you feel that. You always have that sense to feel that. I think that's, for me, I need to survive in a different culture, you too, right? So you always have to think ahead. Yeah.
Like you need to think about the reasons and consequences all the time why you're doing that and what is gonna wait for you after. That's true.
Yeah, I think we're like a miracle doing a second language comedy. I mean, like I'm using Duolingo to learn Japanese now, and then wow, I couldn't even figure out the sentence structure. Yeah, it's so hard to. It's a different train of thought to shape it in a different language. And then the subject, the verb, the object is different. It's different type. And then the word, you say it, you point at the things and then they named it differently from you. And you're going to instantly have that get up on your mind and just say it. Come on, how smart we are. But they think we have that thick accent that we are.
But according to your words, are you already writing in English or still?
Oh, English, of course, in English. Yeah, okay. You gotta. I have since I was very young, I already like a rebel. Don't like the pop culture in Hong Kong, so I listen to a lot of English music. Like my favorite band is like pop, and the British band. PULP, pop.
Yeah, pop. Yeah.
Oh yeah, pop. The National. Yeah, the National.
Tom Jarvis Cocker,
Jarvis Cocker, the National, Tom Waits, Leonard Cohen. I like words. I like playing with words, and I like the English language. I think it's kind of beautiful. And then I hope I can still keep playing it. And it just feels like beautiful. I don't know. It's poetic. Even when I listen to the news anchor that you hate, but they say it in a tone that's so soothing. Even though the bad news, you feel like, it's all right, actually. It's not the end of the day. Even though, some bad shit happened around the corner of this city, but it's okay. Everybody, I think it's okay now. They're kind of sad, they're kind of calm.
No panic at all, yeah. That's good that you mentioned music, because my last question is about your favorite, not favorite, but probably the musical composition that like is on repeat now in your headphones or just motivating you, whatever it will be.
Right now I'm listening to like a remix album of Charles Bukowski poetry. And then one of that is like people are no good to each other. Yeah. Have you read about this poem? Or listen to the...
No, I haven't listened to the original one. I'm just... it's really hard for me sometimes to understand the thing. So like I choose in between like 3 languages which I would like to read it in. If I have an option, I would read it in Russian. Okay. Now I'm trying to make myself to read it in the original language. So for example, like now I'm reading mostly in English. Yeah. But back in Ukraine, for example, I would choose if I would read it in Russian or in Ukrainian, because sometimes
it's faster. If you read it in your mother tongue, it's just way faster. You know what to skip to,
and you're getting the context as well, much better.
But like Charles Bukowski's poetry is like give me a lot of strength. Back in the day, and then just find that song. It's called "The People Are No Good to Each Other." I think it's very beautiful.
Nice,
and I feel like that all the time, but we still have chance. We still have chance. In the end, it's like you see it. You'll see it. It's very beautiful.
Okay. Yeah. Then we're done for today. Thank you for coming to me.
Thanks for having me. I had a lot of fun. I hope we made a point today.
That's true. And a little bit of promotion as well. Like tell people your Instagram, how to find you, and any shows that you're having. Everything is for you.
Yeah. Recently, I update my Instagram. I called it Eddie Tony 96 because I'm a rebel. So I changed the 69 to 96. So easy to remember. Yeah, that's me, Eddie Tony 96.
And now we're listening to
Eddie Tony?
No, I mean like the song.
Oh, the song. People are no good to each other.
Okay, that's great. I remind you that you've been listening to Draftful Dodger Podcast. As usual, Vova Zeeon, your host, and here, Eddie Tony. Follow him on Instagram. Subscribe to my channel. Support and donate if you actually want to hear that shit more.
Yeah, buy Vova the coffee.
Woohoo! Yeah, and now, Charles Bukowski poetry.